Hey, Plant Life people! I think I got the timing right. I'm going live there. And two of my favorite people are in the chat already. Love it. It is Wednesday. It is already dark outside because we have daylight savings time here in my part of Canada. But we're here anyway. And actually, the dark outside makes the lighting in here better. So I'm super happy about that. But again, we are here. It's Christine from the Plant Life Canada, and I'm here again. I don't know how I keep finding new recipes after 2 years of doing these cooking demos, but I have another cheap, easy, nutritious, and delicious vegan recipe for you guys tonight. And another favorite person is in the chat. I love seeing you guys. So we have a super, super simple recipe today. This might be one of the shortest videos I've done because it is super simple, but really delicious and like again, simple ingredients and nutritious stuff. So I really like it. So the main ingredient that you're really gonna need today is a can of chickpeas, and you're gonna need to save the chickpea water and then just rinse out the chickpeas. So that's the first part of the recipe. And then I think my picture on social media gave it away. You also need taco shells. So these ones I just found actually from a company called Casa Mendoza, and a lot of their wraps are vegan already, and so are these little corn tortillas. So they're little tiny ones, or you could get the crispy shells, or you could get tortilla wraps, wheat, corn, whatever you want. But that's what you're going to need because we're making tacos out of chickpeas. So there's lots of ways I'm sure to make tacos out of chickpeas, but we are doing crispy chickpea tacos. So they're going to be really good and crunchy, and then the chickpeas are going to really fill you up and give you lots of good nutrition in your belly. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I did already obviously taste my test batch. I'm sorry. And they are good just to eat as a snack. So this is a really amazing recipe. I always love to show recipes where you can kind of stretch the recipe into some other things. So if you're just one or two people that you're cooking for and you make this whole can of chickpeas, you can eat them as a snack on another day, put them on a salad, whatever. You can do tons of stuff with this. So without further ado, I'm going to move my camera and we're going to get started. So again, drain your chickpeas, keep the chickpea water, and then rinse off your chickpeas and let them dry as much as you can. They don't have to be super dry, but let them dry off a little bit. So here we go. So hopefully you can see everything there. So we have a can of chickpeas, and actually I noticed a bit of water in them, so I'm going to drain them out a bit because you want them to be mostly dry. And then we're going to throw some in this clean kitchen towel and just kind of dry them off as best as you can. Again, they don't have to be bone dry, but they need to be a bit dry. So let's let them dry out there. And then we're going to prepare our coatings. So the first thing we're going to have is a flour coating. Let's move this all down. And then we have our chickpea water, which is a little bit cloudy because I already used it. And then breadcrumbs. So you can use panko, most of these panko plain breadcrumbs that you would use for, traditionally it's for, gosh, I'm losing the word. Vegetable, what is it? Where they fry this stuff in Japanese cooking. They fry up the veggies in it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. This is where the breadcrumbs come from. Most of them are vegan, but just check the ingredients because some of the Italian style ones will have cheese or something in them. So you can get those breadcrumbs. So super easy. So we're going to prep those up with no seasonings. They're just going to go in there. And then we're going to put all the flavor in our tempura. Thank you to my cousin Dana. It's vegetable tempura is where panko's from. So anyway, back to the stuff. We've got our breadcrumbs, we've got our chickpea water, and now we have to fill this flour bowl. So this is 2 tablespoons of flour roughly. And we need to fill this with all of our flavor that we want to get. So I'm going to do sort of a taco-y flavor. So I've got a little bit of smoked paprika, and that'll give it, that's pretty strong, and it'll give it some color. So I'll put that in, just using my spoon there. Turmeric's always good. Put it in everything that you can. And then some regular chili powder. I'm gonna put, I want to put a lot. I want to get all this flavor in there. Okay. And then a little bit of cumin. So again, you're going to flavor this as much as you want, but I want to taste this through all the toppings. And then the other thing I'm going to put in, I have some faux chicken broth that's vegan, and I'm going to put that in just for some savory flavor. It's pretty potent as well. I'm almost out though. So, I don't know, maybe that company can send me a free bottle or something. Okay. Oh, I'm throwing stuff everywhere. So you want to mix this really well. Get all your flavors into the flour. And as long as you've dried your chickpeas, if you have leftover flour whenever you're doing a batter or something, save that in a Tupperware for later. Don't waste it. You can always use it to coat something else, or coat these the next time you make it. Flour, doesn't go bad very fast, so don't throw that out if you can. All right, so we've mixed that in. So we've got our seasoning, chickpea water, breadcrumbs, and we got our chickpeas hiding under here. And now we need a baking tray. So I'll show you the process. I'm not going to do all the chickpeas, but I'll show you the process. One thing that you really will need, I'm just going to clean this off, that will really help this process go better, go more smoothly for you, is a slotted spoon. So make sure you have a nice big, huge slotted spoon if you can. But we're still doing this in small kind of spoonfuls, so it is going to take a couple of minutes, but it's not horrible. So for the first step, you can throw, how am I going to get these? This is going to be a rolling disaster. Here, get all your chickpeas that can all go at once in the flour, but then the rest of it you need to do in batches. So get your chickpeas in the flour, and you want them to be mostly dry because the flour is going to stick to them anyway, but you don't want to gum up this flour, right? Okay, so then take a spoonful of chickpeas and do your best to get all the flour off them. I was getting bigger spoonfuls before. So you get a spoonful in your slotted spoon and you dip it into the chickpea water. You don't need to get, if there's some a bit dry, it's fine. But you just want to get them a little bit coated, but you don't want to let them sit in there because all the flour will wash off of it. So you do have to do a dip. Don't just make the mistake of throwing them all in. And then you're going to put them in the breadcrumbs and toss them around. And then I just use my hands, but you could use another spoon, and I just kind of do one of these, get off as much of the excess breadcrumbs sort of from the spoon as you can, because you don't want to just cook the breadcrumbs because they'll just burn, right? So pick up your chickpeas, use your hands. They shouldn't be sticky anymore. And then just shake off whatever breadcrumbs you can shake off. And you can just clean your spoon off right back in there. That's fine. So you're going to do that. We'll do one more. Again, you want to get as much of the flour off as you can. So now you have your little cute spoon of chickpeas. And we're going to dip and take them out. Maybe one more for that guy. So at least there's a little bit of wet on each one, because they're not going to get completely coated in breadcrumbs. They're not going to be completely encrusted. This is just not going to happen. So you don't have to worry about them being too wet. And then we're going to shake them off, put them on, shake them off, put them on, shake them off, put them on, blah, blah, blah. So eventually you will end up with a whole tray that looks like this. And you want to just, it's not going to be perfect, but as much as possible, once you fill your baking tray, as little touching as possible. So leave lots of open air, because when you cook these, you want the air to circulate everywhere and make them super duper crispy. And they do turn out super duper crispy. So you get your whole tray, or however many you're going to make, and then you're going to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes at 425 in your oven. And I would toss them around halfway through, but they get super crispy even after 15 minutes. So 20 minutes would make them super, super crispy. So that's all you have to do. You're going to put them in the oven And then you're going to magically take out the tray of already cooked chickpeas. Ba-ba-da-ba. And they come out super crispy. And they'll have nice color on it because of the turmeric and the smoked paprika. So they're going to have a nice, super crispy flavor. And there I was eating them earlier just as a snack. Really good. Oh, now we can assemble our taco. And I'm going to see how it all tastes together. So one thing I noticed with this test batch, which I tried to fix in this batch, is that the flavoring that I put in the flour is not strong enough to come through. So my suggestion is to just pack that flour full of as much spices as you can, and the flavor will come through. The alternate thing to do would be to put a bit of flavoring in the panko breadcrumbs, but they're not going to really stick to the breadcrumbs, so it's better to put it in the flour, in my opinion. But try anything. You could even mix flavoring into the chickpea water and see if that would stick. That would be amazing. I see people in the chat talking about driving, so everyone be safe when they're driving, especially Frank. Anyway, so let's put this together and have a quick taste test. So again, I'm really excited to try this all together with all the flavors, but they are really good just by themselves. All right, what do we got? We have a taco shell. We have a bit of a sour cream, so this is tofutti, and you can get this at more and more grocery stores here in Canada, so it's not really a hard thing to find. And I was telling some other people today, President's Choice has a lot of plant-based sour creams, or you could put hummus, you could put tahini, you could make a cashew or sunflower seed sour cream, whatever you want. And then now that I have a little bit of moisture there, I'm going to put some of our crispy chickpeas. I've got green onion, of course. I sprinkle that on everything to make it look fancy. And I got some fresh tomatoes. Da-da-da-da. And got some lettuce all chopped up here. I'll just put a few pieces just to fill it up. And then I'm going to try this is going to add lots of flavor that I'm looking for. So a Valentina hot sauce, amazing hot sauce. And we're just going to put that on. So this is something, again, super simple. 1 can of chickpeas, super good for you. We're using the chickpea water, which you could use again for, you can make a mac and cheese sauce with that, or coat something else in it, French toast, whatever you want. And someone's mentioning you could do taco salad, and these could be croutons. Oh, that's a wicked idea, actually. And if you had something where you could bake these down and make them into a bowl, that'd be amazing. My hands are so dirty. My hands are dirty. And my friend Courtney there is saying that the PC sour cream is really great. I don't think we've actually tried the PC one, but I imagine it would be good. I'm gonna eat another one of these. All right, see how messy this gets. What do you guys think? Nice and colorful, lots of nutrition. This would actually really be good with a type of red cabbage coleslaw on top. Really good. So let's see how this one goes. I'm gonna have to bite really far in because my toppings are far back because I didn't want them to fall out. I actually like, so you can actually still taste the chickpeas, which I like. And the crunch is so good because usually I'm putting in tacos something like black beans or tofu, which is really soft. Like even if you cook the tofu, it's gonna be soft when you crunch into it. And they're so crispy. I love them. But again, more seasoning would be great. And actually, I was just thinking about this. Once you put them all on the tray, you could sprinkle a seasoning mix on them before you put in the oven. It'd be so good. So good. Anyone else have some good ideas for these chickpeas? Salad, tacos. burritos, snacks, chips. What you could do the same process, but put a little bit of sugar and some sweet, like cinnamony, pumpkin spicy, blah, 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 seasoning in the flour instead. Then you have a sweet treat. That's it. I'm done. How long were we? I don't know. Super short, super easy. That is how easy it is in reality to cook easy vegan meals. It's super simple. And then again, like I said, this recipe you could keep like my cousin Dana said. Put it on a salad. Someone's mentioning snacks for hiking. Really good idea because the nutrition in the chickpeas would keep you full of energy for hiking. Love it. Another winner, Courtney says. Thanks everybody for joining me. I appreciate all my regulars and your regular support. It means the world to me. I have no idea. It really makes me happy to see everyone there in the chat when I'm making my meal and know that you're there supporting me. So I love it. So if you're new here though, watching this video, or you're watching this video later, please give it a thumbs up. It'll really help. And if you have some time, stick around and watch another video so we can work on that YouTube algorithm. But otherwise, that's it. Thank you for joining me. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. Bye.